Let's play Will the Driver Leave a Space After I Shamelessly Dive Bomb? And the answer is no! Let's see how we got here. My first qualifying didn't quite go as planned. I was out of my targets in both where I qualified and also my lap time was only like a 28 something, so not what I'm used to hitting, and I was really frustrated. This qualifying I had a much better kart, but the traffic was still insane, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm making excuses, but I was really struggling to put together a lap time. That is, until I hit this one good lap out of the whole session. Here it is. Now, 27.854 isn't necessarily the time I wanted to hit, nor is it close to what I should be hitting, but it was enough to get me into Group A, and I kid you not, by a thousandth of a second to Tom Servino. Had I been just that much slower, I would have been in Group B and had to fight for the lead. But at least in Group A, I can have some guaranteed points and hopefully make up some positions in the final when I'm actually racing against other people. I feel like the karts tonight were a lot more closely paired, so it really shows me how or where I stand in the competition and how much I need to improve in order to really play with the top racers. Let's see how it goes in the final race. It's lights out and away we go at K1 Corona. Here we go. Everybody's in a really tight-knit pack and we're already looking to make some moves. We stick to the inside right behind Zeke Bray. Christian Moran is on our inside. Heading into the hairpin, one of them is bound to go wide. So we gotta stick to the outside, see who ends up making the mistake. It's Christian Moran. We're right along, side by side, heading into the garage sector. There you go, that's the move cleanly made. P5 is ours, and we're heading into the last final turns of this lap. Here we go, Christian Moran gives us a little buffer behind him. We're now side by side again for the straightaway. First lap down, we've got 13 laps to go, so we've got a lot of time to catch up to this pack in front of us. Right here I noticed that he actually slammed into the wall, so he could be struggling with the steering on this kart. And I noticed that I keep catching up to him in the corners as well, so I can maybe use that to my advantage and possibly plan a move later on. I'm still learning to adapt to my kart. I'm getting there, but there's still some nuances that I need to get used to. Let's skip ahead to see when some of the more good stuff starts happening. I know it was barely audible, but I was telling Christian in my helmet that we needed to go. This pack is finally starting to get closer and closer, so we need to really push to get to where they're at. And if we want to have some sort of fighting chance for higher points, we both have to be moving. Now, one thing that I'm noticing as we come out of this hairpin is that the front of our little pack leader, Andrew Becerra, is actually holding everybody else up. So me and Christian are now catching up really easily to both Aaron and Zeke, who are right behind him. This will allow us to gain some points and hopefully take advantage of some accidents that may happen along the way. Now at this point, I think I'm close enough to try to make a move, so as Christian takes this line wide, I go to the inside and I send in a risky dive bomb, but I'm able to make the move stick. He's still behind me, so I can start racing my race and focus on the drivers ahead of me now. Definitely an awkward series of events that led to all that bumping, but we're racing. So right now, all I'm worried about is making this move. We give Zeke a little bit of contact, and now we're side by side, heading into the garage sector. I'm able to get a slightly better exit off of him, and now I have one more position in the book. I'm currently P5 out of 7, and it's only lap 7. We have half of the race to go. We can still make up moves, so let's keep it going. At this point, I know that I just have to race my optimal line and go for the catch-up game. Andrew is starting to hold Aaron up, so maybe I can close the gap to them faster than I would have originally thought. I noticed that Andrew's defending well. I take a quick look behind me to make sure that they're not super close, and indeed I have created a little bit of gap, so now we're all in kind of our own packs while I try to catch up to both Andrew and Aaron. Aaron's really close on his bumper, so it's obvious that Andrew is slowing him down, but it's all up to Aaron to make the move. He's going to try it down this line, but Andrew does not give anywhere near enough space, and Aaron does not notice me right behind him, so he ends up pushing me into the wall, and now Christian is on my tail yet again. I take to the inside to make sure I defend my line, and he doesn't make any moves on me. After this little hairpin sector, I notice that I'm starting to catch up to them both, so now Andrew is not only holding Aaron up, but he's also holding me up as well, and I don't want the back people to catch up to us. So I want to give Aaron a little boost, and hopefully I can get behind him. There we go. Aaron takes the lead, but I don't have enough speed to just stay behind him. Andrew does this weird little braking thingy in turns 1 through 3. But I'm feeling confident enough to try to make a move coming up. Here we go, around the outside into the hairpin. Axle by axle, and I spin him out. I'm shaking my head because in my mind, I had my nose enough in for me to make a move, but he was driving without any attention to me.
I think that was my fault. I'm not sure.
I wasn't sure if this was my fault or not, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Was that my fault?
I don't know, I don't think so. I think you cut in.
Thanks, Zeke.
I think I...
As the cars start to speed by, I give him a wave to let him through, but then Zeke comes through on my inside since I left too much space on the restart, and then Christian pops up on my inside as well, leaving no space for error. I am all the way back to 7th. Yeah, I did not plan my restart well. I was trying to be respectful by giving Andrew some space because I did feel a little bad for spinning him out. But it was a racing incident, you know? And you live and you learn. Maybe, knowing Andrew, I shouldn't go for something as risky like that next time. But all we can do now is focus on what's ahead of us. 2 laps to go. Can we make anything happen? That's the real question. So let's look at our cards. My Kart still has good battery, Christian still has good pace. Maybe we can push ahead to make a move on Zeke, maybe hopefully even Zeke and Andrew if we're lucky. But at this point, my only goal is to not finish last. I don't want to finish behind where I started for qualifying. Even if I can make at least one position, that'll be enough for me. I just don't want to finish last. So, here we go, into the last lap. We've got Christian in front of us, and Zeke is starting to slow down and hold Christian up. So, what can we do? We're right behind Christian's bumper. And we're going 3 wide into the corner, but Christian doesn't want to give me space, understandably so. I didn't want to give it up either, but I ended up slowing down just to not cause any incidents. Zeke almost ends up overtaking me, but I am able to keep my spot as P6 in the race. Whew. Quite a exciting last turn of events in that final race, especially in those last 2 laps, but overall I'm glad I at least kept my position, so I ended where I started, and you know, we learned a lot, could say that for sure. Let's go to the recap.
Damn it.
You know, obviously, I'm pretty frustrated about my result because I saw P5, P4 so close, and I knew that it could have happened if that incident didn't happen. But realistically, I just need to keep my head down, and I need to practice more on what I'm doing, worrying less about what others are doing. I think sometimes I just get too confident after like making moves, or I'll overdrive into corners and lose lines. So I just need to focus more on myself, and I think I could have at least some contention for top 5 in the city. So, with that being said, I am currently recording this July 25th. It is 3 weeks past the July GP, and I cannot wait for you guys to see what that has to hold. I think I really did really well. So yeah, I'm not where I want to be, but I have improved a lot, so that is something to be pretty proud of. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys have wonderful days.
What's up, guys? We're here. We're here.